All right, hello. So we are going to complete the asynchronous work here. All right, so remember when we have the square root of 9 times the square root of 3, it's just best if you multiply what's inside the houses here. And 9 times 3 is 27. So we're just going to have the square root of 27. So we're going to have the square root of 27 here. And then we can just use our birthday cake method to break it down. So 27 is divisible by 3. We get 9. 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 is prime. So we're going to end up with 3 outside and then the square root of 3 inside. And if you tested that out on your calculator, if you put the 3 square root of 3, you get 5.196152432. And if you did the square root of 9 multiplied by the square root of 3 on your calculator, you get the same exact thing. So we know that we did it correct. All right, here we're just going to, again, multiply the what's inside the radicals here. So we're going to have the 4 on the outside. 8 times 2 is 16. And we should know that 16 is a perfect square. If you needed to do the radicals to break it down, you would still find the square root of 16 is 4. So square root of 16, that gets us 4 here. And then we're going to have 4 times 4, which is 16. And again, if you plugged that into your calculator, 4 square root of 8 multiplied by the square root of 2, you do find that you get 16. All right, here I'm going to multiply the outside and then what is inside the radicals. So I'm going to end up with negative 6 outside. I'm going to have 75 on the inside of the radical. And then I'm going to break down the 75 using my birthday cake method. 75 divided by 5. 75 divided by 5 is 15. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 3 is prime. You'll top it with a birthday cake. So we're going to have negative 6 times 5 outside of the radical, and then you're going to have 3 inside the radical. So we'll have negative 30 square root of 3. And again, if you did that in your calculator, negative 30 times the square root of 3, you get negative 51.96152423. And then if you do negative 6 square root of 5 multiplied by 3 square root of 15, you get the same exact thing. All right, here, these are both perfect squares, which means that you could put the square root of 36 directly in your calculator to get 6. And then the square root of 4 is 2. And then 6 divided by 2 is 3. And again, if you checked that on your calculator, the square root of 36 divided by the square root of 4, you do get 3 with that. All right, over here, I'm just going to do what's inside this radical first. So the square root of 18 divided by 6, 18 divided by 6 is 3. And you can just leave it like that. That's as simplified as it will go. And if you double check that, if you did the square root of 18 divided by 6, you get 1.732050808. And again, if you took the square root of 3, you get the same exact thing. So we know we did it correctly. All right. For this one, we should know, I'm sorry, not we should know. We know that we're going to have the x to the 4th here. And the x to the 4th, the square root of x to the 4th is just going to be x squared. So you know that x squared, that can come outside of the house. And then we're going to have the square root of 24 divided by 2 now. Okay? And then 24 divided by 2 is going to be 12. And then you can break down the square root of 12. So we would have 2. 6 is divisible by 2 again. We have 3 and 3. So it's going to be 2x squared times the square root of 3 with that. And again, if you didn't, we should just, the point of taking that x squared out first is so you only have to worry about the numbers. And if you did the square root of 24 divided by 2, you get 3.46410161515. And again, same thing, if you did 2 square root of 3, you get the same exact thing.